Welcome, ladles, jelly spoons, and all other non-binary kitchen utensils to this week's episode of the Gravy Wheels podcast. I am your host, Andrew.
And I'm your host, Hova.
I'm Franklin.
We finally did it, guys.
Did we do it?
I think
Are we
so.
successful?
I said the word podcast.
No, but I think the fact that we acknowledge that we did it right kind of makes it that we didn't do it right.
Doesn't matter. That breaks the curse.
Did you get that Tetris quilt from a powwow?
No, this is actually a quilt made by a family friend for my wife.
Nice.
And then I stole it.
Tell her
I like all the Tetris shapes that are in that quilt because it's very
Yeah, you see
it's
your,
Tetrinos.
your favorite Tetronymos.
Tetra.
Rectangle and
Tetris.
rectangle.
The Tetris.
And also rectangle.
It's all there.
Oh, they're all there. All your friends.
Yes. Yes.
What are you doing? How you doing, dorks?
Oh, just chilling, It literally is very cool weather today. Feels fantastic. It's really nice. Yeah. Gonna have a yard sale this weekend.
You're going to have one?
Whoa,
Yeah.
That's weird.
Well,
I thought eBay was your yard sale.
Yes, but then there's the not even good enough for eBay stuff, and you gotta pawn that off for nickels and quarters, So yeah, there's actually a tractor pull happening this weekend, and I didn't know if it was gonna happen. And it's like real close to me, and there's like so many people that come out for a tractor pull. I know it sounds ridiculous. People like in civilized places are probably thinking, what? Literally, they just take tractors and then it's been a really long time since I've been one, but they usually attach a sled of weight to the end, and then they pull that weight, and that's why it's called a tractor pull. And the faster it pulls, and the further it pulls, I think, or is there just a checkpoint? I don't know. Anyways, everybody brings their tractors and they pull the things and the stuffs, and it's a big draw with the locals. So I'm going to set up my yard sale at the same time. And yeah, I had a yard sale at the beginning of the year, and like I'm like 20 minutes outside of town. So I didn't know if anybody would show up, and I ended up making $600 in a day, and I only had one day. So I was like, that's pretty good. I mean, I paid for the ads. So it was like $15 or whatever. But I figure if I do it tractor pull weekend, I might clear some big boy bucks. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Yeah.
I
So
thought
that's what's going on with me.
the way I remember tractor pull was that they had an adulterer in the middle and one arm was tied to each tractor and they pulled him apart.
I wish.
Did they wear like a red letter on their chest when they did that too?
Yep.
That's the tractor.
But
It
you're
was
missing-
though. It didn't even mean anything.
You're missing like another part of the sled though, is that the weight actually moves up higher.
Some of them.
On
I
the
don't know.
sled?
I don't know if the one like they do here does. You know what I mean? That sounds like some
No, they're just-
sophisticated things. But yeah, there's different elements of it. I don't know. Tractor pulls don't really excite me. You know what I mean? I do enjoy myself a demolition derby. I don't know if you guys have ever partook.
Oh, sure.
Bruh.
Hell yeah.
Those are fun. Those are real fun. Them's real good. Would you guys like if you could take a car and be a part of a demolition derby, would you do it?
I don't think so.
Depends
I'm
on what car.
I'm too accident prone. Like something would happen to me specifically.
Like physically, not just okay, yeah. Because I mean, who cares if you lose? It'd just be fun to participate. But yeah,
No, like somebody's hubcap would come off and like decapitate me or something. It would just be
like Master of the Flying Guillotine style.
that would be awesome. Actually,
Like
I'd be fine dying that way.
Yeah, I would totally do it. I think it depends on what type of vehicle I would have.
I would want like a bit like what I drove in high school, like an '87 Crown Vic. It's just a boat. Like there's 8 foot of front end and 8 foot of back end. Nothing's touching you, dude. Like you're good. Everything's fine.
If I could drive the car that Kurt Russell drives in Death Proof, then I would do it.
Or that. Just don't put your foot up on the, stay seated. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that Death Proof where she puts her foot up?
Yeah,
on
no. But that's
yeah.
but that's not his car. His car is fine.
Right, but that's the only thing I think of whenever I think of that movie.
That scene is awesome,
Because
though.
anytime I see people with their foot up on the dash or like out the window, it's just one of those like, ugh, it gives me the jeebie-heebies. I don't like it, man. I don't like it at all.
Or the people that drive the Jeeps and they let their feet dangle out because they take the doors off.
Like the soft
I
doors or
don't
just
like.
no doors on the side.
Yeah, like I have to smell outside already. I don't need to smell your feet.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Where you
Yeah.
live, though, it's not like outside smells that bad.
Mm,
It's not like you live here.
I mean, he's in KC now, though. It's not like KC doesn't smell good either. Still not
there's
as
certain
bad.
parts of there's certain parts of town that have
Death smell.
an odor to them,
Yeah.
but probably not like I don't know 80,000 people packed into like 10 square blocks.
We don't have pigeons and
There you
rats
go.
fighting for like, you know, food.
Mutant pigeons and rats at this point because
Mutant
they've crossbred.
mutant pigeon rat pageants. Yeah.
It's
Uh,
terrifying.
so speaking of mutant, no, I can't. We're not going to talk about that one. Let's
Okay.
talk about anything new that you guys have experienced. Like, have you guys like played a new game that is actually a game that you've played before that was a remake, and then you played again now and it's a
I
remake?
feel like you're trying to get to something here, Frank.
What am I trying to get to,
I
bud?
don't understand.
Maybe maybe like a BMX game or something.
Rollerblading. I was going for roller. No,
Dave
the new
Mira's
Razor.
Yeah, Dave Mira's Razor Blade. No?
Mm,
I did play
No,
Spelunker Party yesterday.
I
Ooh.
watched him play that.
I did not.
Uh, Guy Fawkes, Pro Skater.
Guy Fieri's Diners,
I
Drive-Ins, and
would.
Pro Skater 2.
All right. No, hold on. Now we have to make Guy Fawkes Spectator because I want to ride around through like the catacombs under London with my fucking bombs all on me. Try to get under Parliament in under 2 minutes while I also collect all the skate tapes.
Fair enough.
Blow that shit up.
Yeah, fair
No,
enough.
you have each played a Tony Hawk remake
Yeah.
this week.
I thought whenever Frank said, "Yeah, I'm booting up Tony Hawk," I was like, "Oh, cool, he got it too." And then I went over there and I was like, "I forgot all about this. I forgot that this
Yeah.
is a thing." So for those of you guys that don't know, there was a Tony Hawk remaster. I thought it was more recent than what it was, but I believe I looked it up and it came out in 2012 or 2013. And yeah, and then obviously there's one that just came out a few days ago, but which is really fantastic actually. The original soundtrack, they added some new tracks. The tracks are like the playlist is completely customizable. You can go in there and disable any of the tracks that you don't want to just play on the loop. And any song that pops up anyways, you can just really quickly just tap right thumbstick and it'll skip that track and go to the next one. So they did it in a really, really cool way. All the original unlockables that are, the tapes are all there, and how you unlock the next course is the exact same as it was. Although I think there's more ways to get tapes now. I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to think like
There was stuff added to it. Yeah.
yeah, like the one level where you spawn outside and there's like a fountain in the middle of a little park. And the taxi cabs will hit you. I can't remember the name of that city or whatever, but there's like the extra item on that level is popcorn tubs. So you can get an extra tape from getting popcorn tubs. I don't think that was in the original, right? Like, am I crazy?
Is there still like unlockable skate videos you can see?
That was.
I forgot about that, but I have not
Right on.
noticed that in the remake. Was that in the first one or was that in the later ones?
I think it was definitely in 2. It was definitely in
Okay.
2.
I think it was in 2. I think it was in 2 and on.
Yeah,
So I
I'm not
remember
sure.
I remember seeing Rodney Mullen's skate videos for the first time in that and just being fucking blown away.
Right, yeah. I don't know if that's in there. But yeah, I haven't beat the first one yet. I've got everything unlocked except for the last 2 levels. Like I'm on the second competition where you actually have to do 3 heats or whatever, and those have always been like my bane. I am so bad at those because I just inevitably fuck up. You know, like I'll have 2 really good heats, and it takes your top 2 anyways, or whatever. But I always have like that one heat where I'm like, I feel like I'm doing really good, and then I'll just eat shit so hard, and they deduct points every time you bail. You know, so but I've got Roswell and whatever the one is right before that to unlock, I think. So, but it's fun. I'm enjoying it, man.
Making me want to play it.
It's so good, but I'm so bad at it. I'm better at this one. People still like seem to think that it's just a really like just a straight port, basically, as far as like how accurate it is. But I feel like it's way easier to land tricks. You can basically what I do, because I'm so bad at landing like up, you know, like you have to obviously have your board facing the right direction to land a trick, is if you just hold grind at the end of any trick that there's a lip there that you can grind, you'll immediately start grinding, and then the meter is way easier, or at least it seems like it is to me. So that's like my fail safe, is I'll literally just, you know, get inside of a bowl, and when I'm doing my ollies in the air, I'll just start smashing buttons to do all these crazy combos, and then just hold grind, because then you don't even have to worry about landing it. You could be upside down and you're just like swing and start grinding around the lip. So it's pretty sick, dude. But I've had fun going through and getting the achievements and collecting all the tapes.
I might possibly get it in the future, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Frank's got the original remaster.
I'd love to play it, but I'm not spending $60 on it.
It'll come down. Yeah. I think we all know that it'll eventually come down, but there is a lot of hype about it right now. It might not go down for a while because A, we're going right into holiday season, obviously, and B, I think it's pretty well received, so they can probably get away with selling it for full price for a while. Because I even saw people on my Facebook that I like went to high school with and stuff that I didn't even really know were gamers, and they're like, "This is what I'm doing tonight," and they had like, you know, a beer and Tony Hawk Pro Skater remaster. So I think it's, you know, I think they're going to do pretty well with it for a while. And
all right, then.
People playing honk tag outside. I'm sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but
there's a lot of congestion in rural Missouri.
Yeah, same as New York City. So we've got a lot in common there. Frank, can you tell us more about your remaster? I'm curious, man. Like, how much you like it? How far are you into it? And what? There's like a word at the top middle of the screen. I can't remember what it is now. It's like engine from like Jurassic Park or something. Is that like the name of the company that remastered
I don't
it
know.
or something?
I don't even want to literally.
Oh, Nixon. It says Nixon.
It says Nixon for some reason.
Nixon is a watch company.
Okay.
So like it's right. Nixon. It's Nixon branded right below the timer. So to be like, oh.
So did they just sell that like ad space?
No, but it's like that is how a lot of events do that. You'll see like the timer and it'll say like Timex or something. You know, it'll say like a watch Casio. It'll say like a watch 100.
Fun.
Like they're like official timekeeping like partner or whatever.
Yeah.
For tennis, it's Rolex. Like JGP matches.
Because you fancy.
Because you fancy.
I've played a lot of the Tony Hawk's games until like I quit. I still like the first like 2 were my favorites. At some point, I bought that remaster. I don't know on what, and then I bought it again on Steam, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is still that horrible game. Why did I buy it again?" So as a gaff for you playing the new good one, I played the newish one that was just dog shit, and it's horrible.
So bad.
It sucks. I'm never gonna play it again unless I am forced to at gunpoint.
I'm glad I watched you play it for a little bit, because I've always I remember that one, and I remember thinking like, oh, this would be good, and I'm glad I never went that route.
There's no way it can be that bad.
They said at the time that it was like an HD remaster, and
it's not HD at all.
It's not HD at all. Like, I don't, maybe back then, but I don't know how they could have made it HD. You can't change any graphic.
With
you can't
skateboards.
make any graphic changes in the game. You can only change the resolution. You can't do anything else. And like, I've got like $800 here is like, let's crank this fucker up to HD. And it's just sitting there like I'm playing it on a PlayStation Pocket.
What platforms was that originally on?
Dude, I don't even want to give them any advertising, even though they're not out anymore.
Did they ever do mobile versions of Tony Hawk? Like, obviously they did Twisted Metal, but I don't think they ever brought Tony Hawk to the PSP or Vita that I can remember.
There is definitely Tony Hawk Game Boy Advance, I want to say.
That's true. So maybe they did. Let's give it a goggle.
They probably
Because
did.
you would think that would be an easy. I mean, if they brought it to Game Boy Advance and even the N-Gage, why would they have not brought it to their own handheld? You know?
Yeah, I think that the Game Boy one was like an isometric perspective, though. It wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't the sort of like third person camera that you're used to. It was its own thing, but it was also good still.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. I don't know, just that game, it's never set well with me because the maps you unlock are out of order. There's like a map or two in there that like shouldn't be in there, like in the sequence that you get them. And there's some changes to some of the courses that like just didn't make it. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that one. The HD one.
The first HD.
I played it as a gaff, basically. That was the whole point.
Looks like Underground 2 Remix came out on PSP.
I quit playing whenever the first Underground came out because there was something about it that I just didn't like.
That's
All right, I appreciated that the Thug games had a like more of an open world thing. That was the one thing I didn't like about Tony Hawk is that it always limited you to those 2-minute runs. I'm like, just let me fuck around. Let me, do the objectives the way I want to do them. But
if I do that, I'd rather play Skate instead of Tony Hawk's. But that's me.
That's fair enough.
That's weird. So I guess, and there was even American Wasteland, I guess, was on DS. So was Downhill Jam, and looks like Project 8 was on PSP, and Proving Ground was on DS. Interesting.
We got deep into the forgettable ones.
So let's get out of that.
Yeah, I was like, wait, Downhill Jam, Project 8, what? Proving Ground, I definitely don't remember that.
Do you remember Tony Hawk Ride?
I'm seeing that now, 2009. Xbox 360 and PS3. And the Wii.
Yeah, but do you remember anything about it?
No. Wait, yeah, they sold the skateboard, right? That you stood on to.
There you go.
I remember that. I remember seeing the skateboard and thinking like, that's cool. Except for I tried actual skateboarding one time and almost broke my spine. So I figured, I'd probably just leave that alone and play games the normal way.
That's everybody's first experience with skateboarding, though. Near death.
Well, I guess I'm just a quitter.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that somebody got doomed to play on a pregnancy test?
I saw that, yeah.
Doom will play on everything from here on out.
I didn't actually. Did they show gameplay?
Yeah, of Doom on a pregnancy test.
I should have actually watched that. Okay. I have some separate pregnancy test news. I was also watching that was a bad segue. I also saw something trending about pregnancy tests, and I read the entire article because it was really interesting. I didn't read it, but I browsed through it. This guy took apart one of the expensive or more expensive, I guess, electric ones with what they got Doom running on. And I guess turns out that the innards of that thing are literally just light sensors. There's still a paper strip test, like the ones that they sell for $1 at the Dollar Tree next to the bubble gum. And there's just sensors in there that literally read the line and the 2-line test strip and then broadcast it to an LCD readout, which is the wildest shit. That's so crazy. So yeah, and they also got Doom running on it. I'm honestly, I think I want to, I've got a decent gaming collection. I think I want to go for the full pregnancy test library soon.
Oh yeah. Hook it up to Twitch, and then you'll have Twitch plays Pokemon on a pregnancy test.
This is why I started a podcast with you guys. Honestly, that right there, that's a $1 billion idea.
Yeah. I'm sure it can run Pokemon too. We can get to that point.
Surely.
How much data did a Game Boy cartridge hold anyways? They were really, really small.
256 kilobytes or less.
It's got to be a couple megs at least, right?
I was gonna say I don't even know if it's in the megs.
No, I don't believe so. I don't know. Check out your ROM collection there, bub.
Who you? Me?
Yeah, just say how many. All right, no, let's do it. Let's make a game of this. Stop. Don't look up to the. Don't look at the monitor. Look up here. Look up. All right. How many kilobytes do you think that Pokemon Silver is?
That was an original. That was That was just a Game Boy game, right?
It was a Game Boy Color game.
GBC.
Okay. 8
kilobytes, not
I'll
megabytes.
say
8 was my guess for kilobytes. I have no idea.
I'll say 600.
I'm gonna say like.
Are you loading up your
250.
ROM site right now?
See, now this is a problem that a lot of podcasts run into, and it's that now we need a theme to play while everybody looks up something on the internet. See, somebody already got that one.
Oh, darn.
Oh no! Stop! I'm so wrong.
The GBA cartridges go up to 8 megabyte apparently. Is from what I'm seeing.
We're not. Well, Game Boy
Which was
Color
our first
Crystal.
question.
Crystal was 1 megabyte.
Okay.
So, Pokemon Red and Blue were 512. So I was way off. I'm a dum baby.
What'd you think it was? Did you guess?
He said it was like 200. That's what his.
I thought it was like
okay.
256 or something.
No, you're not. I wouldn't say that's way off.
I guess like
4 times
600. How
the
close was I?
About half, because 1024 would be a megabyte. I'm a quarter there, and he's way off.
I mean, those games suck anyways. There, I said it.
He doesn't know what a kilobyte is. So,
listen, dude, I played more Pokemon Snap than. No, I didn't. That's a lot. I'm just gonna stop lying about that.
What's next on the docket here?
I'm just searching through my shoebox here to find my stripping shoebox. You know how I make the money on the weekends, trying to get that $299. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Trying to save up for that.
Trying to get that new Xbox, huh?
I guess.
That
all
XSS digital.
Stupid.
I like the size of it. It looks nice. I think it's cute.
I think it looks good. Pricing's a masterstroke. 4K isn't fucking unnecessary anyways.
4K 120 FPS 4 teraflops, which is basically a PS4 Pro.
But like it looks good. I don't know. I still hate the naming conventions of this generation. They're fucking
it's
terrible.
so confused. When I first saw it on the trending tab when I woke up this morning, because it leaked last night, I was like, Series S, isn't this already? Oh no, okay, that's the new. You know, like I have to like stop and really dig in my brain to figure out what I'm even reading.
And
and that's
we've got an Xbox
gamer.
One. We've got an Xbox One S and an Xbox One X, and now it's Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S.
Yeah. Like, think about the amount of consoles alone that Xbox will not sell because a parent's gonna get asked for an Xbox One Series S or Series X, and they're gonna accidentally go to the store and buy an Xbox One X or an Xbox One S. Jesus, I can't even say it. Like, it confuses me, and I'm in the you know.
Yeah. We're the people who should be able to decipher this the best, and it's still fucking confusing. So that's not a good sign.
Good job, Bill Gates.
It's a whole Wii U thing again.
We're still the generation having to help other people, you know, change a ringtone on their phone. And you've got Microsoft over here trying to just double down on every console name that they've already released. It just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah. It's a little fucking silly, bud. A little fucking silly. But I think my favorite part is, you know me, I always go to the tweeters and troll the kiddos whenever the console news comes out because I think it's fun.
Sure.
I mean, I feel like I don't have to explain this, but I have the PlayStation, I have the Xbox, and 99.9% of the time if I'm playing a game, it's on a computer. And I'm going to get the PS5 and the Xbox One X. But I think it's fun, and I think all the little PlayStation kiddos on Twitter are like, price point doesn't mean anything. They get so defensive. It's so I love it. They're so easily triggered.
But I have a question for you.
Yes, ask away.
Okay. But if you don't get a PlayStation, how are you going to play the new version of Ape Escape? How are you going to play the new version of Twisted Metal? How are you going to play the new version of Tenchu Stealth Assassin? How are you going to play the new Armored Core? How are you going to play the new Spyro? How are you going to play the new Jet Moto? Oh, they told me not to announce it. Jet Moto 2020.
Well,
how are you going to play on those if you don't get a PlayStation?
First of all, there's only 2 titles that you mentioned there that I give any fucks about.
Ape Escape and what else?
Jet Moto and Twisted Metal. In addition to the fact that none of those are coming out.
Yeah, that's true.
So fuck you. I've had DM conversations with David Scott Jaffe about give me another fucking Twisted Metal, and he's like, go fuck yourself. It's not happening. And I'm like, okay, fair enough, Scott.
It's Sony has wanged it badly enough that I was on eBay the other day looking at the launch edition PS3s that had PS2 and 1 backwards compatibility built into them.
Right.
And they're still fucking expensive.
Okay, what's there? Because that was part of my trolling today. Was like, Sony hates backwards compatibility, and then all the Sony kids are like, fucking just taking that bait as quick as they can. What is the official, like, what is PS5 doing with that we know of as of now with backwards compatibility? Because I had people saying like they are going to have backwards compatibility on the PS5, but I don't feel like that's a thing.
The vast majority of PS4 games they say will be
PS4.
compatible.
Okay, but that doesn't fucking count. Like,
I know.
Well,
I'm with you.
The
I
backwards
think it's
compatibility that people give a shit about are on the consoles, everything before PS4, essentially.
You want to know what also doesn't make sense? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I have to.
Go ahead.
Is there will be backwards compatibility, but it's through the PlayStation Store, so you can play Xbox One and PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games on a fucking emulator. You can't put the physical goddamn disc in. It's going to be some streamed ass bullshit.
And
that's the I mean, there was recently a thing I saw. They released a number of PS2 games for the PS4. And when I say a number, I mean that number is like smaller than 15. It's really, really small. They did like one wave of it, and then they were like, some exec was like, "This isn't that important. We're just not going to do it." And it just like, oh man.
So that's I want to play. Thing. Is it something that's is it as important as it seems to people like you and I, or you know what I mean, or is it just one of those things that you think you want? I don't know. To me, I think backwards compatibility is a big deal.
Well, here's a few things to think about. Like, gaming as a like whole sphere of entertainment is really, really bad at preserving its own history.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
It's really fucking difficult to get access to games from 15 years ago, say. And it's like the hardware that you need to play them, whatever. It's a pain in the ass. You know, for film, if you go back, you have film reels that are whatever, and you can remaster them as much as you want into like into 4K or into Blu-rays or into DVDs, whatever. But so I think it is really important because especially the PS2 had one of the best game libraries of any console ever. And all those, like, so many of those games are just gone for now. Like, they're still a hard fucking thing to get a hold of, even harder to play.
Yeah.
I heard a quote recently in the past day or two, where you need to stop living in the past and come live with me in the present. It's Andrew told me that the other night when we were streaming a game because I was salty about something. Maybe they're just focusing. You told me that the other night when we were playing Sea of Thieves.
I don't listen to myself.
I don't know, but like, are you really gonna enjoy being able to play like Crash Bandicoot 3 or fucking? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, not every game gets remastered. I would really like to go play Maximo 1 and 2, Onimusha 2, 3, 4. But like, I can't. I straight up just can't do it.
Yeah, I know a way you can though.
What?
you buy them off of eBay from him.
Yeah, buy them off of eBay, and then buy a PS2, and then buy the thing that lets me hook it into
Converter.
HDMI, and then it's like I
Hope
don't
that there's no delay, and yeah. I
fucking
also wish I understood more about the limitations and difficulties of having games work on current hardware, because hearing all the stuff about how they had to like completely rebuild stuff for like the Halo games to work on current hardware and stuff just like doesn't make sense to me, not knowing anything
Mhm.
about like coding and how engines affect, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me that like you can't run anything and everything on the newer, more powerful stuff. But apparently it gets fairly complicated.
I think
Yeah.
you get into the muddy water of trying to emulate things, and then because you're trying to emulate things on different hardware and how things were set up with the engines and the hardware, is you end up also wanting things to run good performance wise, and sometimes you just can't do that through emulation. Like, even though you might have the most baller ass desktop computer gaming PC like ever, you might run into issues emulating certain types of hardware.
Right.
And certain
And
types of hardware you just can't emulate.
and programmers use all kinds of tricks to get things to work too. So it's like sometimes like I've been playing Manhunt on the PC, the port of the old ass PS2 game but Rockstar made, and it runs like garbage, runs like trash. Trash due to garbage. And I installed a bunch of fixes and stuff, and even in the notes of that, they're like, okay, you have to limit the frame rate because if you put it higher than 60 frames per second, all of the enemy AI breaks and it acts all fucked up and
It's
weird.
so
So
crazy,
for whatever
man.
reason, it's tied. Yes, for whatever reason, the AI is tied to frames per second, and
And that
that's
is, yeah.
But
like a
this
lot
is
of games
good.
have physics. A lot of games have physics tied to frames per second, stuff like that too. It's like
In a way, though,
everybody.
it's a good thing because it's keeping people like me, reselling. It's keeping money in my pocket because it seems like still to this day, even though it might be a pain in the ass to, like you were saying, buy, you got to buy the game, then you got to buy the console, then you got to get a controller that actually works, that doesn't have loose ass fucking joysticks and all that good stuff. And then you got to get, if you want to hook it up HDMI, you got to get the converters and everything, or you got to find a fucking CRT TV that somebody on Facebook doesn't think is worth $150 for whatever reason. All that shit. But I think, obviously that's why there's still a resale market for all these vintage games. And it's kind of cool to see. Like, I think I would rather have that market be there. I'm obviously a little bit biased in saying that, but other than just looking on eBay and being like, oh, every game I can ever remember isn't even here, or it's like $2.50 on eBay because no one cares about it and it's completely,
Like Bubsy.
fuck you.
But like, if there
I'm
are,
looking it up right now. Hope it's worth
HD
$10.
re-releases or remasters or whatever, you just re-release a PS2 game. That's not going to eliminate. It doesn't eliminate the resale market. It just
Yep.
makes that thing more broadly accessible. People are still going to want to buy, mint in box copies.
Just
of
the
shit.
collectors, yeah. But not just, even loose carts. It's a $15 game, Frank. Thank you.
All right.
You get that nub off your lips. That bothers me.
Oh, so we did a thing last week where we enjoyed watching the stream of the Nintendo Mario 35th
Covered in
anniversary.
gravy. Check it out if you haven't already.
That's right.
Smothered or covered?
Smothered.
Smothered. There we go.
Anybody excited for the a Sonic the Hedgehog 30th year anniversary live stream?
No.
Okay.
Is that a
Sorry.
thing?
I don't. They announced it. Well, new games and stuff, but there's probably not gonna be a live stream. Sega just like sold a 2 or 4 story arcade. They're in dire straits.
They've
They're
been in
just-
dire straits.
They just can't.
Love
get
that band.
They can't.
Just like Mark Knopfler, they are in dire straits.
They wanted the money for nothing, but
The chicks for free.
They couldn't get the chicks for free. We were gonna do another one of these tomorrow. Is that the idea? I mean, not tomorrow for you, the listener.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And we have a couple more episodes of Smothered in Gravy that may or may not already be up on the channel as you're listening to this.
Yeah, that's
at least
true.
one, maybe two. We'll see. There's lots of gaming news coming out around the time of this recording. Lots and lots and lots. And for probably the rest of the year. I mean, to be honest, it's just that time of the year. So, but yeah, we got really good viewership on that. I think we got like double the viewership of our podcast.
Everything else fine. Yeah.
So, that's
Topical.
cool beans.
That's what we got to do.
Yeah,
we got to start chasing the headlines.
And showing our nips and making TikToks.
I was told I could not show nips, so you can't either.
I don't know
Nobody
who told
wants
you
to see
that,
'em.
but they need to talk to me. So,
Andrew, talk to him.
I said on Twitch we can't.
No.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Twitch,
Alright.
thanks to the people that have been coming out and watching us play the games on the Twitch. We've been having some fun.
Oh yeah.
Been enjoying.
I started
playing a lot of Pirates.
a lot of Sea of Thieves. I started playing Deadly Premonition on there. I'm gonna see that through this time.
I don't know
And
if
I'm
I
gonna
ever
have
got
Twitch
that
hold me
installed.
accountable. Don't. No, just watch me do it.
Was that the Epic launcher game that I was supposed to install?
No.
I don't know what I'm talking about then. I had something installed.
Deadly Premonition is Japanese Twin Peaks.
Right on.
I think you're thinking of fuck, what the hell is the name? Remnant from the Ashes.
That's it, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Every other day you got me installing something else, man. I'm scared. I don't know what's happening.
You tried
so
to
much-
do it. Go ahead.
People give away so many games now. There's so much free shit to play. It's like, come on.
I know, it's crazy, man.
It's great. It's a great time to be a video game person.
Except for people are still out there bitching about prices and stuff. Like, I actually saw Adam Sessler and Cliffy B going back and forth on Twitter today about this, how the price to develop games, which is like a huge duh to anybody in the gaming community, but the price to develop these games is getting higher and higher and higher and higher. More people, bigger studios, multiple studios. The budgets for these games is getting insane, and they're still selling them for $60. You know what I mean? Like, every other media format has seen an inflation in prices along the way, and gaming just doesn't really seem to be going that way, other than the addition of, you got your microtransactions. And I think that should be one of the reasons that everybody's not as salty about microtransactions as we maybe already are. But it's just crazy. I mean, you've got games that were coming out for SNES and stuff back in the day that were like $75, $80. Certain games were just, a lot more expensive. And then these days, just every game's $60.
There was there's a bit of a reason for that though, because the cartridges physically did not cost the same thing to make.
Right, yeah.
But
still,
what were you had something, Frank?
So you're talking about, things like Epic that give you all these free games and stuff. There's kind of been some talk that Epic was able to give away, and it's used a lot of Fortnite money to give away all those games for free, all the licenses.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys going to pick a hat to wear? Are you guys picking the Apple hat or the Epic hat?
I mean, if I were to pick a hat, I think it would be Epic, because I don't know why I would side with Apple for any reason. I don't like their phones. I don't like Steve's first name. They don't make any, first party games that I know of, or why would I give a fuck about Apple? Microsoft makes computers better. Samsung makes fucking phones better, and fuck Apple in general. So I'm Team Epic.
I think I have to follow suit. I have so much against Apple as a company.
Yeah. With their proprietary parts, and as soon as you open it, it's fucked, and you got to send everything to them to get it fixed, and just, everything about them can go fuck itself.
Yeah, I'm generally opposed to the idea of a closed ecosystem like that. So that's where I'm at.
I'm Team Epic too, but apparently we're not even going to talk about this, but apparently Epic isn't exactly the most cleanest ethical company in the world either. Like there's a lot of stuff that's also popping out now.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm Team Epic until I don't know.
Well, if you have to pick one, then I think that there's a clear choice.
What, until Todd Sweeney has like allegations, or what are you? I don't know the.
Just business practices and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think any big producer like that has probably pissed a lot of people off and done
Have
some
some
really
skeletons
shitty
in the
things.
closet. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I mean, is it possible for any company at this point to not have anything like that? Probably not.
Support your indie devs.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Speaking of indie
And
devs, go ahead.
I also have to be on Team Epic just because all that Marvel shit that's in Fortnite now has got me playing it again. Me and my son have been playing it, and it's fun. I'm actually enjoying it for the first time. Also, it probably has to do with the fact that he's on Switch and I'm on PC. So we get into like the crossplay lobbies, and everybody in those is like on phones and is terrible. So we can like actually win pretty much at will.
Dude, that game was baller until everything got ruined.
Season
Come
2.
check it out. Come hang out in Stark Tower.
See, I don't care about any of that though.
You don't like the Avengers?
No, you know this.
You've got your own little like Doctor Evil move now. You just
You don't like the Avengers, Hova?
give yourself a little chapstick action.
I didn't realize you mentioned indie devs, and for some reason, Petroglyph Games popped in my head. Are you guys familiar with what they've done?
No.
So back in the day, which was a Tuesday, when I was making a lot more gaming content and everything, I stumbled upon a game called 8-Bit Armies. And they eventually, shortly after that, they did 8-Bit Hordes and 8-Bit Invaders. 8-Bit Armies was basically just a Command and Conquer ripoff. And then they did 8-Bit Hordes, which was like, like Lord of the Rings type, like sorcery and stuff like that. And then they did 8-Bit Invaders, which was like a space version, but all RTSs. They're really fucking cool. And I was making gameplay content, and the guys from Petroglyph Games reached out and emailed me and shit. And turns out it was like 2 of the guys, I think, from the original team that made Command and Conquer. And they kind of like split off, did their own thing, and then they made this new RTS called 8-Bit Armies, which is great. You guys got to check it out. And then, but I didn't realize, I just went to their website because I couldn't remember if that was actually their name. I guess they were the ones that did the Command and Conquer
Remaster.
and the Red Alert remaster. They were the ones that did the official remaster. So they probably did well enough with 8-Bit Armies and stuff that someone took notice and greenlit that project. But that's really fucking cool. And I remember like talking to those guys. They were just really cool. They would just shoot me emails from time to I remember one time it wasn't even like related to the game or their content or whatever. I think I got one like around Christmas, and they were just like, "Hey man, just checking in. Hope you're doing good." Just super fucking cool guys.
Very nice.
Yeah, nice fucking people, dudes. So check out their games if no one's heard of Petroglyph. Yeah, whatever I said. Retroglyph.
It reminds me that this last week, Vlambeer announced that it was shutting down, which is kind of a bummer. They didn't make a ton of games, but the games that they made were really, really good. And they haven't even made one in like 5 years. But they made Ridiculous Fishing for your phones, where you would go like you would guide a hook all the way down to like as deep as you could get it into the ocean. Pull it up, you would get like you would try to hit as many fish as you could on the way up. So you'd pull up like 50 fish at a time, you'd fling them all in the air, and then you would shoot them with a shotgun.
Okay.
And
there's
that was
the
like how you
spin.
caught
I was
them.
like, this has been done many times, but all
No,
right.
no, it was a blast. It was super fun. And they also made Super Crate Box, and they made Nuclear Throne, which I really liked as somebody who spent a lot of time playing roguelikes. That game was a blast. It's also hard as nails. But they will be missed.
Speaking of creating games, Frank, do you have any teasers of certain things you want to?
I don't think he does.
I don't have any teasers of any making games
Frank,
stuff.
I saw a reflection in your office of something that you might have been dipping your toes in. And maybe it's too early to say, but
That was the plan, not to say anything for a while, dipshit. Jesus.
Alexei Pajitnov has gotten in touch with Frank, and he is working on Tetris 3.
It's crazy because it's not going to be Tetris 2D. It's going to be Tetris in 3D, and I don't think anybody's done it yet.
Oh, you don't?
Wait, what?
I'm sure it's been done.
You mean there was a Tetris 3D?
Yes.
Oh man, I guess
Yeah,
I
I saw
don't
them at
have any
Spencer's.
game creation stuff to talk about.
Back to the drawing board, buddy. This time Tetris, but round.
Ooh, wait,
Round tris.
I'm down.
those round trinos.
That's right.
They're gonna have a Dippin' Dots integration for that.
Oh man,
I got some dots you can dip.
Prince money.
Fuck yeah, dude. Nothing better than freeze-dried ice cream. Wait, that's not freeze-dried. They do that with liquid. Is it freeze-dried? How do they make Dippin' Dots?
I don't know.
I think they just spray droplets through really cold air.
And they
Freeze-dried ice cream, that's that Walmart survival shit.
I don't know. It's not Dippin' Dots unless you pay $18 for it at a theme park.
Fucking cup too.
I think they've got it at the grocery stores now too. But
They do, but it doesn't count.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
It doesn't count. You got to spend $18 on it. You got to do it at Oceans of Fun.
This might be a little off topic, but do you guys have Friosks in your Wally World or whatever grocery store you'd shop at?
There are no Wally Worlds
God
in New
Lord.
York City.
That's a sad place to live.
They kept them out. They won't let them build here.
There's this thing called Friosk, and you download the Friosk app. Frank, you've never seen these?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay. So you download the Friosk app, and then there's this Friosk, and you walk up, and it's just got a barcode scanner on it. You've got your code on your app, and you let it scan your code, and it's got a monitor, and it talks to you and stuff too, so it's advertising whatever's in there at the time. But you scan your code, and it just gives you
crackers or Tide Pods.
It's basically just you know how Walmart usually has the little old lady that's like, "Would you like the new Blazing Buffalo Triscuit?" And you get a Triscuit and you eat it, and you fuck off, and you got to throw your little plastic cup down the aisle instead of the trash can. It's basically that, but robot version, and but it's cool. It's like every time we're in there, there's something different, and you get a little free sample.
I can't get behind this.
Dispenses chow to you like a.
So it's you. It's not as sketchy as what you think off the top of your head. It's not like a little plastic cup with a Triscuit in it. Like it'll be something sealed. Now I did get one time they had vitamins in there. My girlfriend's like addicted to this shit.
That's how you got the vitamins.
I'll just be.
I remember the video.
Did you see that? Yeah. So I'm just like worried about shopping, and like it doesn't matter what it is. My girlfriend has to stop and get whatever the sample is. And we both have the app, so she'll scan both of ours to get two.
Sure.
But this time it was some sort of like a chewy vitamin, and I got my vitamin. It was in a little sealed packet, and I opened it up, and it was just moldy as shit, like just covered in mold, little multivitamins. So that was kind of offsetting. But to your point, like usually it's like sealed products. Now maybe they're expired. Now I've got my legitimate concerns, but like one time we got. Like the what do you call the things you plug into the outlet, and they've got like like a Glade plug-in. Like you can get like a free Glade plug-in. Like stuff like that is kind of cool because obviously you're not getting that from little sample lady usually. But yeah, they had nut butter one time, I believe. That shit, whoo-wee, nut butter. I tell you what. Sorry, Andrew. I know, but.
There's different kinds of nut butters. I have almond butter. That's technically nut butter.
So you can eat almond nut butter?
Yeah, I can.
I just assumed all that stuff was processed in the exact same spot.
No, because they know that that's a problem for people like this motherfucker who have disposable income.
Good for
And
them.
they're like, "Oh, we'll just make some for sad shits like him."
So it's only peanuts, right?
Yes.
So do you fuck with Nutella?
I have fucked with Nutella, yes.
Do you fuck with the war?
What?
Sorry, that's pillow talk. Anyways, guess you're
I
not
can't get
familiar.
behind it. I can't get behind the free OSC. Can't. Nope.
So,
never
what's your?
will.
It's Skynet, right? That's your problem.
No.
Yes,
It's
it is.
putting our senior citizens out of work.
It's a good point.
There's a senior citizen in our town now that is always. I feel so bad. He's always in the same spot. I think it's Little Caesars. He's like the guy that stands by the highway with like the Little Caesars sign, and I'm like, fuck. I hope he's getting paid $20 an hour for that, but he's not.
No.
It just makes me sad.
They just feed them the scraps, the crusts that nobody wants of the Little Caesars.
Then again, it's
Crust
like
leavings.
it's one of those things that like if he's not sad, maybe for him he doesn't give two fucks to go out there and stand for 8 hours a day with a little stupid sign and make something. Maybe
Just
he doesn't
because you
care.
don't
Maybe he's
just
happy.
because you don't care that you're being exploited doesn't mean that you're not being exploited.
Yeah,
No,
fair enough.
we don't know this. Maybe his parents asked him whenever he was a little kid what he wanted to be when he grew up, and he's like, I don't need to be an astronaut. Other people can be astronauts.
I want to be a billboard.
I want to be a human billboard.
I want to, yeah.
Maybe that's Herbert Little Caesars himself, and he's just coming to help out.
Also, maybe if that Walmart didn't have a free OSC, he could have a real job.
Okay,
And not be
fair.
exploited.
Maybe we're looking at this wrong though. Maybe Little Caesars is actually the good guy in this situation because let's look. Hold on. So what are those big things that get the air in them and they go
Wacky
inflatable tube man.
let's see. Inflatable tube man. So let's see here.
Flailing.
Look our way.
$300.
Here's just a 6 foot
You don't-
one.
You don't want to get a static inflatable tube man.
Okay, but $140 for a 6 foot one. So let's say you want to get crazy. You want to get like a 20 footer. We're talking what? $1,000 max for that, right? I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So
And that's what they would pay him like in 10 years. So it's a deal.
no. You've got Little Caesars. They've got Plan A is by Wacky Inflatable Tube Man. For $750. Or they pay Gramps $750 for a month of work. You know what I'm saying? So this guy's been out here for years doing this. They could have just cheaped out and got a tube man, is my point. So I think, honestly, Little Caesars is the good guy in this situation. And
Not only are they giving him money, they're paying this man, and they're also giving him heat stroke. So much giving is going on.
All like human suffering. It's a positive. It's in their benefits package. Guaranteed
feature.
human suffering.
It's
Guess
not a
it
bug.
just depends
it's a
on how
feature.
you look at it. Fair enough.
Hmm.
Stop that.
He'll never stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
As soon as he knew that, I hated it.
It's like calling a cat.
You can never show your weakness. You can never show your weakness to your friends.
Damn it.
Fat.
I did that once, and that's how I got fed a bunch of peanut butter chicken.
Yep. Precisely.
You also got like a kid's meal out of it too, so
That's true. And like 10 years later, you bought me some Steam games, I think. I think I still have a copy of like Sanctum 2 or some shit in my unredeemed gifts.
It took a while, but he got you back.
Do you really have? Did I buy you Sanctum too?
I believe you did. I'm 99% sure.
It's not that. Coffee Stain Games, Coffee Stain Studios, they've got some bangers out there.
Is there anything else we want to get to here? Because we're on a kind of a schedule tonight.
Oh yeah, we're doing things. We're doing things and stuff.
Yeah. The inaugural Twitch watch party.
So we got this thing, listeners, where basically to make it not sound crazier than what it is. We watch a movie with you live on the internet. So Twitch has this new feature called a watch party where you don't stream the game, you stream yourself, or not, you don't stream the movie, you stream yourself watching the movie, and everybody syncs their Amazon Prime account to watch it together. And we're trying that out. They've got some really... Amazon Prime has always had like the weirdest library of everything.
They've got some really good stuff on there, and they got some real chunky turds on there. And I am a lot more interested in the latter than the former. Tell you what,
we're gonna watch a real chunky turd tonight. We're gonna sit back and have some beers, chill in a Discord channel. I think is the plan.
Something like that. Well, if you're listening to this after Saturday when it will be released, then this does not apply to you because you can't archive them shits. But we'll hopefully be doing them fairly regularly, I hope.
Well, we could archive it. It just wouldn't make any fucking sense because all you would watch is us reacting to nothing. So
you'll have to get your copy.
The archive with the copy of what is it? The Ice Cream Man Goes Nuts.
Ice Cream Man. You have to start your copy of Ice Cream Man. You have to start our Twitch stream, and then you also have to sync Dark Side of the Moon to it as well.
Ooh,
backwards.
Yeah.
Backwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you Ice Cream Man belly button and pat your head. Did you guys listen to my my music career? Someone linked it on Twitter.
No.
Yes, and it was horrible.
Okay, one of you did. You know, Frank, that's not the kind of positive encouragement I was looking for, but
it's hard to find here.
You know, I got my finger money, but where's my BB in the head money at, Joey? Huh?
You never filed a claim, and we've passed the 90 days, so
cool. Okay.
Guess you screwed the pooch on that one.
So never mind. We're not gonna say how I screwed the pooch, but I screwed it. Okay.
I cooked you dinner.
On fire.
No. I'll buy you a swing line before that happens.
Stapler jokes are fucking hilarious.
Never get old, except for how old they are.
Exactly. All right, well, I guess we're gonna wrap this one up and start watching movies together. So
are we gonna try to play Among Us at some point? I know that it's popular because my son has asked me about it a bunch.
No.
I had it so we'd bring it up and talk about it.
Nothing about that game looks fun to me.
You're morally opposed to it?
Yes, because I've never had fun in any of those, like Salem or any of those like games where you have to be an Imagineer, and I don't.
There used to be a really good one that was called The Ship. It was a Half-Life mod. That game kicked ass.
I'm okay with the ones that you can actually like walk around and do. I don't know, just like a top-down view, like mostly story-based. I don't know how you even classify those kind of games. They just don't do it for me.
I would love.
There was one called Trouble in Terrorist Town too. That was fun. It was a CS:GO mod, I think. What was that? Minecraft?
I would love to see a like full-fledged version of this, but it has like the John Carpenter's The Thing license.
Oh yeah,
we
talked about this.
I know, but like I just want it. I still want it so bad. Somebody make this, please.
Trouble in Terrorist Town was also a G mod, and it was good. I still have to have the option of blowing someone away in first person. Otherwise, I'm not having fun, is what I'm trying to say.
Child.
Thank you, Tyler, for the artwork.
Thank you, Javelin, for letting us use Soda Popinski as our theme.
And thank you to the patrons over on patreon.com/gravywheelspod.
Yes. We got a couple of new patrons. Thank you to Soiling Buffalo. Thank you to It's Bowtime 88.
Yeah. Thanks for fully funding my one-way ticket to New York City to visit Andrew. He doesn't know, but I leave in the morning.
You need a back one.
Nope.
Not stand here.
Nope. I talked to your son. He's got me.
He doesn't have the authority to make deals on my behalf.
So there's a bunk bed with an open bunk.
He's not my power of attorney.
Yet.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. You want to end this boy?
How we
Check out
do
the back
that?
and shit.
How we end it?
Say something. One of you or me.
Free Osk.